I'm Brooklyn Scott, and this is my informative speech. When thinking about the people who made other healthcare options and treatments and vaccines possible, we don't usually think about what they had to have in order to make other people safe and have other treatments and vaccines possible so we can help them later on in the future. A lot of times, these people are made out to be just random people, and there are many people in the world who have greatly contributed to healthcare that are never heard about, whether it's for a vaccine or whether it's for a procedure or even a treatment. There's always someone who is always let out, and Henrietta Lacks was one of them. People don't usually know who Henrietta Lacks was, but she greatly contributed to healthcare, and I'm going to explain how she did that and what she had to go through in order to help other people in the future, and even people like me and you who've helped in other things more than once. In 1951, a 30-year-old African-American woman named Henrietta Lacks went to Johns Hopkins Hospital complaining of vaginal bleeding. Upon further examination, Dr. Howard Jones discovered a tumor on her cervix and cut out the tumor and tried to give her treatment, and they sent away the tumor to scientists in order to try and figure out what was wrong with her. At the time, Johns Hopkins Hospital was the only hospital that treated African Americans. Therefore, Henrietta's treatments and procedures were very limited on what she had access to and what she could do in order for her to be safe and to live. They began cancer treatment, but like I said, it was very limited and was not very much thorough with her treatment. Dr. George Gay's lab received a lot of cells from different cancer patients and different people who needed help in the world and who differently needed treatments and vaccines and whatnot. Therefore, he saw a lot of cells. And his further examination claimed that cells would all die from patients in his lab. But whenever he received Henrietta's cells, he discovered that they were very different. Henrietta's cells, unlike others who would die every single hour, hers doubled every 20 to 24 hours. Therefore, hers were unique and were very optional to the cancer treatments that Johns Hopkins Hospital was offering to her. There was nothing that they could do because of the technology in this time, since the 1950s didn't have very much technology, and it was a very limited hospital, like I said, because of the African Americans were not very treated well in the 1950s. These cells were later named the HeLa cells, after the first two letters of her first and last name of Henrietta Lacks, and later on were sent to different hospitals and sent to different research programs that later on made different vaccines and things possible. These cells were greatly contributed, and these were openly served to different hospitals and different research places that often made more options and made more healthcare options optional. These were used to treat other drugs and hormones, and even now we still use these cells so that we don't have to use them on humans, and therefore humans will not get hurt. This can relate to us now because this vaccine of the COVID-19 sickness was programmed and produced by the Henrietta Lacks cells, and also the polio vaccine was used from these cells in order to treat and to make this new vaccine that helps others. Like I said, the Johns Hopkins Hospital opened these cells up for everyone, and it plays a crucial role in helping others with cancer and other invading illnesses such as COVID-19, polio, diabetes, and it oftentimes helps other people try and make new vaccines that were not optional and not available in the old times. Henrietta had a very sad ending. She died at 31, unable to give anybody any time to talk to her or, have time with her because her cells were so invading and her cancer was very crucial and invading that she died at a young age, but her cells have helped everybody else in the future. And her family is a very crucial part to her and her service. because her family has also opened up her cells to everyone. And, you know, when it came to the polio vaccines and the COVID-19 and even just going to the hospital, if she wouldn't have done any of that, then she wouldn't have had any options to help anybody. And since this was an African-American only hospital, we can conclude that it was very crucial to then and now to let everybody else in the hospital, even if it was their African-American or if they were white, or it also helps us conclude that we can offer a great healthcare options to anyone of any race, color, or ethnicity. And although that she got a very sad ending, Henrietta and her cells have contributed greatly to American medical history, and all around the world, her cells have helped everybody in need. Thank you.